For all the people blaming me, where's Tom? Where's Tom? I'm here. Exactly. That's what I thought. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another edition of the Husam X Tom Little Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely people, we are back on yet another Monday afternoon / evening / night / morning, wherever you're from in this planet. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing on your way in. Everyone watching us right now, please do slap the like button. Please do subscribe to This is Football. Keep getting involved in the chat. Keep letting us know your opinions. You get me? We want to hear all your opinions that are available out there today. You get me? The scouse Justin Bieber is wasting all of our time because I did send him the link and he's a massive liar, but he's not here yet. There you are. There you are. Exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought. Shout out to all of you amazing people in the chat. Let me just give a couple of people shout outs. Big up to Ryan. Big up to Aziz. Salman Qurashi, my brother. Hope you're good, Habibi. Bada Bing, Muffin Man. Big up to Toka, Patel. Big up to Steve. Big up to Drunk Vigo. Big up to Oyvind. Big up to Sasuke. Big up to Steve. Big up to Ali Jum'a. It's not Asr time. It's almost Maghrib time. Big up to H. Big up to Darren, big up to Anfield Drew, big up to Waffles, Motian, Darren, Red Line of Teranga, Katsande, my favorite fraud, Michael Uzoho, Ozan, the Staffit worker, big up to Ali A as well. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Obviously, today's show is going to be one hell of a show. Plenty of arguments as per usual and any Husam X Tom little shows. You guys know how it goes on these shows. We are going to be talking about Liverpool winning against Nottingham Forest in the last second. We are going to be talking about Darwin and Nunez. We are going to be talking about multiple different things. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button on your way in. Make sure you guys are subscribed to This is Football if you're yet to do so. The scouse Justin Bieber is not here, but we're going to play you a video, you get me, as he makes his way in.
I heard him saying that he said, I was surprised for going in. He's incredible boy. Wonderful. I'm not sure, I don't hear that, but people told me that the crowd was already singing his name. It's just great.
Yeah, good mate. I love you. But it's time to go.
Gotta mix these packs and potions, no peace till I put a sim in a burner. I'm on a block like Werner, back road Laker, fully paid bro, I'm an earner. If I pass, I'm a head top turner. Them elders are washed like Sammy Kadira. And they should start calling me uncle, because when I speak on these beats, they get murdered. Bam, 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 bam.
There you are. See? I've done the whole intro. I played this video and he's still not here. He don't even deserve a nice intro, to be honest with you. Anyway, Scouse Justin Bieber is here. Hello, Tom.
Hello, mate. How about
Hello.
next time you actually send me the link?
How about next time you don't actually cheat on us with another channel when this community right here been following your content for the last 3 years? How about that? That's a good idea.
I
Right?
want you to bear in mind, people, that I was told yesterday at 9:30, 3 p.m. UK. It took until 9 minutes past 3 today for me to get the stream link to join the stream.
That's such a lie. Do you have any proof of it?
Right.
Anyway, guys, big up. Welcome to this. Let me just read the super chat, Tom, before I get this party started. Ray is in the building. He says, big up, my brothers. That moment the other day was special. Maka was absolutely class. Go on, Maka, lad. Is Sunday the biggest league game for us under Jurgen Klopp?
It's one of them. There's been a number of the big games, but it's probably one of the biggest, yeah.
I can't lie to you. I actually think Ray is right for the first time in since I met him. Low-key, he's spitting. The game against Man City this Sunday. No, because think of the context, Tom. Klopp's leaving, emotions, the shit season that we had last year, all the injuries. If we beat Man City this Sunday, I think it might be one of the biggest results in Klopp's managerial career.
Yeah, it will be one of the biggest results, but the game as a whole, there's been lots of massively important league games under Jurgen Klopp. I mean, every year we try to challenge for the title, the running has massive games. It's certainly one of them, and it has the potential to be one of the best ever league results for us, with all the context. But
yeah, not up to you though, because apparently, according to you, a draw is fine.
Yeah, we can take a draw. Just has to be perfect for the rest of the season.
Sometimes I wish I could just slap the shit out of you. Would you actually do a boxing match for charity? Like deadass, would you do it?
See, now you put me in a spot where if I say no, I'm just being a dickhead to charity.
Tom, honestly, sometimes I don't get you. Honestly, I just can't. We're going to get into it. But I'm so glad people are recognizing Maka. That's exactly why he's our signing of the summer. Hold that. Big up to Troy. He says, Scouts Justin Bieber time wasting more than Forest players at stoppage time. Tom, I know you're on Twitter. Did you see Hamza's TikToks and shit talking about time wasting and corruption? Did you see Igal's video?
No.
You didn't see what Igal said?
No.
Let me play the audio. You actually didn't see what Igal said?
No.
He fully lost his mind. Oh, this Premier League want Liverpool to win the title. You didn't see it?
No.
Okay, listen. Lost his mind. 1 second. Listen.
They can't keep getting away with this. Liverpool literally had the extra time until they had to score. And on top of this, what on earth was Nottingham Forest doing? You're absolutely useless. Anthony Elanga, useless. Callum Hudson-Odoi, you don't have 2 brain cells to keep the ball that late in the game. Also, Konate went down injured. Nottingham Forest kicked the ball out of play.
No, they didn't.
Liverpool then get the ball. They don't give the ball back to Nottingham Forest because it's so late in the game that they just play on and they end up scoring from it. This whole passage of play leading up to a 98 and 40-second goal when it's and when there's only 8 minutes added on just goes to tell me that this league is wrapped up for Liverpool. The moment Jurgen Klopp said that he is going to be leaving Liverpool Football Club, they had to corrupt the league to make sure Liverpool. They can't keep getting.
And look. I just want to show you something. Look at the visual.
Did Jurgen Klopp's farewell to?
Look what it says on the board until Liverpool score. Imagine how shameless you can be.
Did Jurgen Klopp's farewell tour also include Arsenal scoring in the 97th minute of 6 minutes added time against Little Old Luton? Or are we just bypassing that part for Arsenal? Did that not happen when it came to Arsenal? Because that's
what I remember. Did farewell also include the most PGMOL apologies and the most VAR mistakes against us? Factually speaking, would have been 4 points better off had VAR not made mistakes.
I just like him describing all this stuff that didn't happen. It wasn't Hudson-Odoi who should have cleared it. It was Awoniyi. They didn't kick the ball out of play. The referee stopped the game. And we didn't go up the other end of the score. There was 2 minutes in between it. Nottingham Forest had the ball back 3 separate times, but they just kept giving it back. There is a difference. It wasn't like it's just mental. And this victim mentality that they're trying to run, it's crazy. It's crazy. Every team scores late on this season, but when apparently it's only us that are unsustainable.
They done it against Luton. Arsenal themselves done it. That's what I'm saying.
Last season, Reece Nelson, they had moments of the season. They scored in the 98th minute of 7 minutes.
Still lost the league, though. Big up to Ed, who says, big up Husam, big up Donor Tom. Here we go. Guys, can we stop this seed thing? Maka was the best 35 million we've ever spent, and rise up Nunez sexuals.
Well,
I love
to
how
be honest,
everyone's giving
I'd
credit.
say,
Go on.
I'd say Mane or Salah was the best at 35 million. Mac is good though. Mac is good.
Can lie to you, Salah has to be the best bargain in the Premier League era, given the price. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
the fact we paid 35 million.
I'm trying to think of who else could have potentially been cheaper.
No, I think you could find cheaper, good player. But the thing is, you need to consider inflation, though. So, like, let's say Torres. How much did we sign Torres for? Wait,
Torres would be like the third most expensive player of all time if we signed him now.
No, I'm just saying if we ignored inflation. 1 second, Fernando Torres.
Torres was on 30. He was either 29 or 32.
You signed him for 20 something, 26 million. 26. Nowadays, 26 million is around, no exaggeration, probably 65, 70.
I think it's more than that, mate. I really do.
No, I wouldn't say more because there were transfers happening at around 35, 40 as well at the time. Like literally 3 years later, we signed Carroll for 35. So I wouldn't say like Carroll's probably the biggest. No, not the biggest waste of money. We have wasted a lot of money, Loki.
Keita was a bigger waste of money.
That's fair.
Because we at least got some money back for Carroll. We got like 12 million back. We paid 55 million for Keita, had him for 5 years, and got nothing off him in return.
Big up to you, Ed. I'm glad everyone's recognizing Maka though, so I appreciate that.
Yeah,
things.
Maka was exceptional, mate.
Big up to A user who says, "Salam, brother Husam. Love your shows." I appreciate you, A user. I appreciate you guys. And I genuinely want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for you guys' love in the month of February. The month of March, inshallah, is going to be a special one. So much football happening in this month. We as well have Ramadan coming up as well. So I'm going to be doing content fasting. You get me? So it's going to be mad trying to control myself not to swear at Tom for an hour and a half as I am deprived of water, food, and cigarettes. So, yeah.
Is that it?
What happened?
Apparently, 26 million in 2007 would actually only be worth 41.7 now.
No, I'm not talking about economic inflation, football inflation.
No, I know. I thought it would be like 70, 80. No.
Yeah, I think that's why if you include football inflation, it's probably like around 65, something like that.
Football inflation is mental, you know.
We probably paid as much for Torres as we done Nunez, given football inflation. I think that's the most accurate one, probably.
And Nunez as boss. So
there you are. Big up to you, A user. Thank you so much for the super chat. Wolves FI says corrupt Judge Mourad. Yes, the corrupt judge was holding Tom Little hostage instead of sending him my way. You get me? Where the channel that birthed Tom Little, you get me? The channel that sent Tom Little to the scenes. He was given an opportunity by the football terrorist shot at Terry Flewers, you get me? But then we took him on loan, and then after that, he just exploded. So big up to This Is Football. Just kidding. Big up to Tom Little.
Never say you birthed me again.
There you are. I said that I didn't say birth. You said birth your YouTube career. That's different. You get me? So, yeah. Big up to you, Wolves FI. Listen, we always appreciate footy judgment, of course. We're just messing around. I appreciate all of the people who have joined us from the footy judgment raid as well. Listen, there's almost 400 people in here. Guys, can we get to 150 likes at least? You guys all want Darwin Nunez to be clinical, yet none of you can be clinical. How can we have almost 400 people in here and we're on 76 likes? What kind of BS is that? Big up to Wolves FI, my brother. And please beat Man City for us later on this season. Big up to you, Wolves FI. By the way, I think Wolves FI is Portuguese, if I'm not mistaken. And he's like fully
Ruben Amorim, Ruben Amorim. I was still Amorim one.
Can you address this, please? Can you actually address it out of respect?
Tom fully sold me on this Amorim idea. Bring the Portuguese Paisley to Anfield. I want some Amorim ball. Xabi is still high on my personal list, though. Second. I agree, Tucker. I agree. Amorim, if people don't know, yesterday, Amorim went back to top of the table because he won and Benfica lost. So now he's top of the table by a point with a game in hand. And not only that, he also beat Benfica in the first leg of the Cup midweek. So Ruben Amorim is absolutely flying at the minute. And
can you say big up to Tucker, at least?
Big ups my guy Tucker. Absolutely big ups my guy Tucker. Someone who I've indoctrinated to the Amorim clan. Everyone else, get in quickly, or you'll miss out. You'll miss out.
Pearce. Big up to you, Toka, my brother. I'm glad you haven't got deported as well from Belgium. Big up to Shabs, who says draw will definitely help and benefit Arsenal. We cannot have that.
The one thing I will say, and the reason why I say a draw could be fine, is because City play Arsenal the next game.
My only problem with that logic is, Tom, aren't you sick and tired based on yesterday? Like, what my problem with you is, why don't you learn? Aren't you just sick and tired of relying on others to get you a league title?
Husam, I don't want us to draw. I never said, I don't want us to win. I want us to draw. But I've said, if we draw, we can still win the title. That's all I've said. I've not said I want us to draw. I've not said we should set up for a draw.
When you say we can still win the title, I agree with you, but that's very vague, though. You know why? No. Let's be real.
Do you want it would remain in our hands if we drew.
Only to an extent, because then it would be like goal difference and blah 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 and all that.
No, so I just want to double check the table here. Let me put the Premier League table. So Arsenal plays tonight. Let's say they beat Sheffield United, which is to be expected. They go on to 61.
Come on, Sheffield.
City on 62. We're on 63. We draw with City. They go on to 63. We go on to 64. We say Arsenal win. Arsenal win. They go on to, I don't even know the play, but they go on to 64, the better goal difference. Then we play after. We win. So we go on to 67. City and Arsenal, let's say they draw at the Etihad. City go on to 64.
Arsenal win, then?
If Arsenal win, but then Arsenal stay ahead. But I don't think Arsenal win at the Etihad. That's my whole
Tom,
point.
you're talking about think. You've seen City before. You see the cracks in their team right now.
City have not lost at the Etihad in 18 months.
Arsenal are capable of beating them, though. They are.
I don't think they beat City at the Etihad. That's what.
Given how shit City are right now, 100% Arsenal could beat them.
You think City is shit right now?
Yes, 100%.
I disagree. I look.
You're talking about results. I'm talking about how they're playing.
But I don't think you need to play well at this point. Look, this is where we differ. You believe Arsenal will win at the Etihad. I don't.
No. Don't put words in my mouth. You're saying we can afford the draw. I'm saying we play City at Anfield. By definition, I am expected and should beat City at Anfield. The reason why I should beat City at Anfield is I'm not going to rely on Spurs, Arsenal, or Man United, or any other team to take points off of Man City. I'm going to rely on me. That's who I'm going to rely on.
Yeah, in an ideal world, that's what happens, 100%. But the way I see it, I see if we draw against City at Anfield, Arsenal are going to drop points at the Etihad, so it will remain in our hands. But we
why do you say it like it's factual, though? That's the thing that pisses me off. Why do you think like it's a guarantee?
When did I say it's guaranteed? I said, in my opinion,
okay, give me a percentage. How much percentage do you think City beat Arsenal at Etihad? Be real with it. Don't say 90. Give me honest.
Beat them. I reckon there's about a 35% chance they beat them.
Okay.
A 50% chance of a draw, and then a 15% chance of an Arsenal win.
Okay, no problem. I take that. I think that's very realistic. I appreciate you being realistic. Now, if Arsenal do in that 15% beat Manchester City at Etihad, let's think logically here. 1 second. Let's think logically. If they do beat City at the Etihad, what is stopping them from beating Spurs at White Hart Lane and stopping and beating Man United at Old Trafford? Think about it. My thing is, you are swinging all the momentum to Arsenal if you don't beat City yourself.
You are, but then that puts all the pressure on Arsenal.
That's a risk you're willing to take. I'm not willing to take that risk.
It's not. I don't want it, but it's a risk that I would be happy to take if it came down to it. It's not one where I'm going.
And by the way, using your logic, you're going like Liverpool are going to win all the games. You yourself are worried about the Merseyside derby. You yourself are worried about the Man United away game. I am too.
People, am I going mad, or did I say yes? It's still in our hands, but we need to be perfect. I do remember saying, but we need to be perfect. In an ideal world, Sam, in an ideal world, you beat City, you go 4 points clear, and you've got a lot.
And now you don't need to be perfect. See the logic?
Yes. But again, the most likely outcome for us, in the same way that we've just done percentages for the City Arsenal game, the most likely outcome between us and City is a draw.
Okay, but Tom, here's the thing. You're going based on likely outcome, which I understand. You're also saying likely outcome between Arsenal and City is a draw. Can you stop leaning back like I'm saying something crazy? I'm not even shouting. You fraud. I'm never getting you on after a footy judge Mo. I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. I'm gonna get you on before. Anyway, point is Liverpool right now we're 1 point ahead of City. Okay, you're saying we need to be almost perfect. There's 11 games left. If we do beat City in the remaining 10 games, we don't have to be perfect. So we can go like 9-1 type thing. So we could even afford hypothetically to even lose a game if we beat City. That's why I'm saying it's a completely different animal, you know. So like here, look, I really want us to unpack this later, but let me just get through these super chats before we, you know, start talking about this, because I think the Man City thing is gonna be massive as well. Big up to Ryan, who says, just imagine we win on Sunday and we go 4 points out of the City with a more favorable run-in and increased momentum. City have Arsenal after that. You see this, the Ryan mentality for the first time in this is football history. Ryan's mentality is better than Tom Little's mentality. Something I ain't ever gonna say ever again, probably my whole life, because Ryan is a reactionary fraud. But this is 100% fact. Here's my mindset, right? This is my mindset. 11 cup finals left. The one against City is the Champions League final. The one against City is by far the most important game. There are City fans in the chat. Shout out Martin, shout out CJ, all the City fans in the chat who like hate me, but they're here anyway. They will tell you right now, their game at Anfield is more important to them than any other game this season. You can ask them right now, they'll tell you. Playing Liverpool is their most important. This is their Champions League final too. So you best believe this is a game where if you come out victorious, it's like you're like putting yourself in such a good place to win a league title. That's why I would rather put ourselves in a much better position. So I completely agree with you, Ray. 100%. 100%. Big up to you, my brother. Big up to Ozan, who says, reminder that fraud egal... Remind that fraud egal what minute Rice scored at Luton. This is my thing, yeah? And this is Tom Little even will vouch himself. This is something I called from the start of the season. Anytime Liverpool score late goals, it's like, yeah, it's unsustainable. But like when Arsenal or City score late goals, it's the thing of champions. Can you guys decide? You know, like it's just, can you guys decide, please? You get it? Can you guys decide? Big up to CJ here. He said it himself. Anfield is our most important game. He's a City fan, you know? Martin, be real. Is the Anfield game not the most important one? Ray says, Tom is such a fraud. How can you say it isn't a must win? Honestly, if I knocked on your head, it would echo. Alexis is majestic.
Stop stealing Kendall's line against you. She said it first. Everyone laughed. You cried. And now you try and throw it at everyone else. It doesn't work as well when it's not you, it's being said about. Stop stealing her line.
I do get that, though. If I do knock on your head, it might echo sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't echo at all because it's full. Sometimes it might echo because it just doesn't work.
For me, considering that, for me trying to be positive and going, well, it's still in our hands if we draw the game. I'm not going to go, season's over, it's this, it's that. Do I want us to win?
Why do you always go to the extreme? Who asked you to say season's over? Tell me. Did I ever say season's over if we draw against City? When did I say that?
You fucking implied it because you said we've got to go into everyone's hands, and that's never worked for us before. So season.
No, I'm saying, why do you want to rely on others to beat City when you have that opportunity in front of the home crowd?
Husam, again. Fire me when I've said I want us to draw this game. I don't want us to draw this game. I want us to win this game. I just have to consider all the possibilities. And the slight positive is it could still be in our hands even if we draw this game. But we have to be perfect, which is a big ask. That's all I've said. I've not said,
You realize if we draw City, we're going to watch the Arsenal City game at the Etihad wanting City to beat Arsenal. You know how mad that is? You want City to win a game of football?
I don't want City. I want to draw.
Yeah, but if you could choose one outcome or the other, which one would you choose?
A draw?
No. I'm saying if you had the choice, either Arsenal win or City win.
A draw. I'm not hoping either team wins. I hope that both teams' attacks have a really good day and both teams' defenses are crap. That's all I hope.
I agree with you. His head's definitely echoing in this argument. Here, Martin, Mank born and bred. His dad used to play for City. City have to win at Anfield for me, or it's massively in Liverpool's favor. We can't allow Liverpool to go top 4. That's what I'm saying.
When did I say that wasn't? I'm on about a Liverpool perspective. I'm not on about a.
From a Liverpool perspective, it's must win. Fact. Must win. Fuck all these games you're playing because you're doing the whole thing that we did in the quadruple charge season and in 18-19 when we're like, Oh, yeah, a draw to Everton is fine. Oh, yeah, a draw to Leicester is fine. Because City must drop points at some point in time, and boom, they didn't drop points. And boom, they won the fucking league. Exactly. Thank you for not learning from your lessons, you bozo. Anyway, big up to Jack Howe, who's speaking of born and bred. Scou's born and bred. My brothers, you just know that Arsenal, City, and United fans are going to smash their phones if Chabi comes. They're praying so hard he rejects us, so I swear. I know even Tom agrees with this. Every time you make a fucking stream, there's some guy talking about why Chabi Alonso should choose Bayern Munich over Liverpool because I'm like, bro, what does it add to his CV? Like if he wins the league at Bayern, what does that do for the Xabi Alonso CV? Because if he wins it with Leverkusen, let's be real, if he wins it with Leverkusen, winning it with Bayern will add F all to that CV. Think realistically.
Ultimately, if he's going to stay in Germany, he just stays at Leverkusen and does the in the Champions League with them, keeps players, and sees if they can go and achieve it in the biggest European competition. Going to Bayern makes zero sense at this point.
Why would he? Why? People just say because it's like
he's got
they have
choices.
the monopoly and all that.
He's got 3 choices, but one of them I don't even think is going to be a realistic one. Either Ancelotti goes and Madrid come, he comes to us, or he stays at Leverkusen. Bayern is not an option in this. I don't think he goes Bayern. I
hold my hands up. If Madrid come calling, I recognize he'd probably choose Madrid.
If Madrid come calling for Alonso, then Husam joins me on the Ruben Amorim train. That's what but that is the only case.
For a long time, under no doubt, he joins them. And this is where I'm being real. I'm not saying Liverpool over anyone for Xabi Alonso. I'm just saying Liverpool over Bayern. I think that's realistic, to be honest with you. Big up to you, Jack. How? Big up everyone for the super chats as well. You guys keeping getting the ball rolling today. You're increasing Tom's wages from £5 to £6.50. Big up my guy Darwin. Imagine prods like Tom were writing him off. Me and Husam backed him all the way through. Nunez. Go on, Tom. Get exposed. Get dunked on.
If I knocked on your head, Ryan, Deco, what the fuck is this? I have DMs here of you slagging off Nunez. I have DMs of you in here slagging off pretty much every player. Don't make me bring them out. And don't get me started on Mr. Don Husam and his Nunez hate. I would have been the one backing him most out of anyone on this channel. Any regular who comes on this channel, I have been the one backing him most.
That's a lie.
I've always said he's got the intangibles.
That's a lie.
Mike wasn't a regular in these sort of shows.
How dare you? Mike's been on this channel since 3K subs.
I am on about the ones where you do like me, Monts, and you, or me, Jerry, G, Rax, all them lot. I was the only one really backing them there.
Yeah, there's what there's.
The closest I came to writing him off was going, haha, it's a bit funny that I think it was fucking Jared Bowen's got more goals on him. Haha. I've never said I want him to go.
So pro Nunez, it's scary. Big up to you, Ray. I appreciate you. Keep dunking on that Tom fraud. Ray is actually sending super chats today to support the channel and dunk on Tom instead of just attacking me for no reason.
You called Husam. Hold on, Husam. You called Nunez a Ford truck.
Are you gonna disrespect Edward Joseph, who just sent in 1,000 rupees from India? Like literally spending his hard-earned money. The color of the super chat is purple, and you want to be disrespectful? Thank you. Everyone spam W's in the chat for my guy Edward Joseph right here, right now. What a guy. Always showing love and support for this football. The way I see it, we need to win against City and City to win against Arsenal. This gives us points cushion as we have difficult away fixtures. Else, as Bro Husam says, this title is out of our hands. Triple threat title race. 100%. 100%, Edward. I agree with you. This is the difference between me and Tom. I'm saying, let us beat Manchester City. I don't want a draw. I don't accept a draw. That is our Champions League final. That is our moment right there. We must beat Manchester City. All this draw is okay shit. I'm not for it. I'm not for all this draw is okay crap. I'm done with draws. I'm done with us relying on other teams. Just Tabang, all the people in this chat, Omar Rushdie, who are there during my watch-alongs when we're watching Manchester City, know how much we've had enough of relying on other teams. Every time someone gets a one-on-one with Ederson, he shits his bed. He doesn't take his chance. It's been happening since 18-19 from Kelechi Iheanacho. From when Kelechi Iheanacho missed a one-on-one against Manchester City and Vincent Kompany scored a banger from 45 yards, That from then, I'm done relying on others. We have to rely on ourselves and ourselves only. Simple, Edward. Thank you for having that mentality as well. Big up to Daniel Proper Chelsea, who says, want to beat Manchester City. Stand by Chelsea. Oh my God. This guy is such a fraud. You're such a fraud, Daniel. Daniel, no one has actually made me laugh with super chats as much as you over the last like 48 hours. My man has fully had a villain turn and is just so pro, like Conor Gallagher, pro Chelsea. Like, oh, this guy is iconic. This guy's iconic, honestly. You're making me laugh so much lately. Big up to you, Dan. Man said sign Conor Gallagher. To be fair, Gallagher would do a job against City because he would run his ass off. Like, he'd have 15 kilometers at the end of the game. That's a bad game to give us an example. Maybe like Brentford away or something. Big up to you, Danny. And finally, Andrew Wright says we should go to win, but Tom is right. Big games is always draws. So with you, Tom, are you saying the predicted outcome?
I want to win, but the most likely outcome is a draw.
Okay, so you're going with predicted outcome.
Yeah, I want to win.
But there's one thing. Why won't you call it a must-win game, though? That's the thing that I don't get.
Because
why aren't you saying this game is must-win?
Because factually it isn't.
Yeah, but then factually you want us to go 10 from 10 after that.
Yeah, but factually it isn't a must-win. That's the only thing. Do I think it's an important game? Yeah, but factually it's not a must-win.
We low-key might need Everton to be safe by the time they play us.
Everything could be in any situation. They'll want to ruin Jurgen Klopp's farewell party. It doesn't matter what state they're in.
No, I get what you're saying, but obviously if they were like safe from relegation, they might not give 110%. They might give like 95%. And then we'll pause on that 5%.
The one that you're looking at is United. They're the ones that you want to not turn up for it. Everton are always going to turn up for it.
Scumbags as well. How the fuck did they get a draw at Anfield? Dumb and Dumber that they embarrassed us. Big up to you, Andrew. Big up to Andrew. Big up to Edward. Big up to Jack, Ozan, Shab, Stoka, Wolves, FI, Ed, Ray, Troy, and of course, man like Toka, a user, all the people who sent in super chats. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for showing us so much love as we haven't even started talking about the football yet. Honestly, it's so appreciated. Love for the love, you guys. I'm always humbled by your support. There's 400 people in here, though. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP. Let's start talking about the football now. You get me almost 33 minutes in because Tom was about 17 minutes late. So thank you guys so much for all the super chats. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tom, Nottingham Forest. You get me? Nunez winner. You know? Talk to me, brother.
We were horrendous. I don't think anyone... We were awful that game, you know. So bad. So bad. I really looked at it and thought, ooh, we are struggling a little bit in terms of the squad. Gomez at DM. I thought Bobby Clark was actually all right, but yeah, it's not the ideal game to throw him into. The attack again just looked a little bit flat without Nunez and Salah. Ultimately, we just never really got going. The defense was good. Kelleher again, I thought he had a really good game. Canate, Van Dijk, really good again. Conor Bradley, yeah, 100%. But as you got further forwards, it starts to struggle. I thought the subs were very good. I came on at the right time. I thought Jaden Dan's had a good impact. Szobo was decent. Endo was boss. Nunez obviously gets the winner. But I'm not really too fussed about performances at this point. It's about getting the wins. It's about getting over the line and getting 3 points. Performances doesn't really matter at this point in time. So I'm happy with the results. That's really what we needed to get. And we left there horrible ground. We didn't win there last year. A lot of teams go there and struggle. Left there with 3 points in a very nice way. A big momentum booster. I think it's one of them results that'll be a bit of a blow for teams competing around us as well because of how close Nottingham Forest were and the mistakes that were made, etc. So I'm very happy with it. I couldn't be. I don't really think there's much to say because it's not a game I'm reading too much into in terms of performances and this, that, and the other. But yeah, I'm happy with the result. Keeps us top of the table. keeps the momentum going. Full speed ahead now to the midweek game against Sparta Prague, and then full focus on City.
Talk to me about the Darwin Nunez winner.
I didn't see it. Obviously, we don't get to watch the 3 o'clock game. We don't get to watch the 3 o'clock games here, so I've got to try and find the stream for it. So I'm going through all these streams, couldn't find one. Get one going. It cuts off at the 97th minute. So I sit there and go, well, fuck's sake. I was sat there going, we've lost it. It's gone. Drop points, this, that, and the other. Turn on the telly to go watch the footy show that they have, which they just show all the scores. And as I turn it on, it's 1-0 Liverpool. And I was sitting there going, you fucking bastards. How have I missed that? I didn't even know who'd scored it for about a minute. But yeah, well, those type of wins are massive. I said at the time, that could be our Mane versus Villa moment.
You didn't see my reaction to the goal?
No, why would I watch your stream?
You know, you're such a fraud. If you missed out on the game, you could have just watched my watch along.
Why would I watch your watch along?
Wow. This is how you promote your boss? There you are.
Who said you're my boss?
Just kidding. Cooler says, do you guys generally think Everton can get a draw versus Liverpool? Yes.
100%.
Yes, they can. Them and Man United, those two right there.
Bear in mind, they got
I actually think we'll win Villa away. I really do.
I hope so. Okay, I hope so. I hope we win all the games, but Goodison Park worries me. Villa Park worries me, and Old Trafford worries me.
So talk to me about that Nunez winner.
Great. McAllister, absolutely exceptional. The composure. First off, big ups Endo for the tackle on the edge of the box. I don't think that gets anywhere near the credit it deserves. It's a big touch to get there. Then it's all Maka. Most players who just rush and try and hit it with the right or float in an awful cross on the right. He stops, turns, little dink with the left foot. Nunez is onside.
Are you gonna admit he's our best signing now?
Yeah, so far. Yeah, if you want me to. Fine.
Why do you say if you want me to? Like I have a knife on your throat forcing you to say this shit.
I mean, yeah, at this present moment in time, McAllister looks like our best signing. I still think Szobo has been up there, though.
Thank God. Carry on.
But yeah, incredible ball by McAllister. Really good, really tough header by Nunez, but another really good header by him. Battling with Nico Williams. And they're the moments that you need. They're the moments that you need. That's why you buy these players. That's why you pay the money for these players. They turn up in the big moments, and everyone's having their moments now. We're pulling through these games. Hopefully, we've got a strong enough squad for Sunday to where we can give City a game. But yeah, I'm just really happy, really happy with the result more so than the performance.
So there's been conversations, obviously, after the game, Tom. I know exactly who I'm going to talk about.
I don't want to talk about the fucking fake controversy. It's bollocks. Nottingham Forest had 2 minutes between the drop ball and the goal. They had the ball back 3 separate times. If they're not dickheads and they clear the ball away, there's no controversy there. So I honestly, I can't be bothered talking about it.
I'm not talking about the controversy. There's 2 guys I want to talk about, Tom.
Let me have a guess. Let me have a guess first. I reckon one of them is Gakpo.
Yes.
And the other one, who else? Maybe Robertson?
Diaz.
Yes.
That's genuinely now. I'm actually getting messages from pro Gakpo people who are telling me Gakpo worries me right now. How do you feel about Gakpo's performance? Because even when the youngsters all rose up, I think he was against Southampton. Even he stank then. Are you starting to get worried about the Gakpo form right now?
No, form slightly, but not about him as a footballer. No, I feel that he's the victim of last year more so than.
But he's playing in his right position now, though, so you can't say
no. But he's not got the right role. I don't believe he's in the right position. He should be off the left. But you look at the role that he was playing last year, we no longer need that role anymore. He had to do what he done last year because we had 0 competent midfielders who could affect the game from the middle. So he had to drop in. He had to be this creative outlet. So he focused his entire thing on being that. This year, he no longer needs to drop into the midfield because we've got McAllister, we've got Soboslai, we've got Jones, Gravenberch, Endo, Elliot, whoever. Competent players going forward. So when he's up front, he doesn't know what he wants to be. He doesn't. If he tries to
But
drop
how
in,
can you blame the system for that, though? That's what I don't get. Why are we not talking about him personally?
Yeah, I don't think he's necessarily been great. But again, I have sympathy for him because of the role he was playing last year, because of the fact that he gets chucked around in every single fucking position. He moves positions about 4 times a game, even against Forest. First half, he was through the middle. Second half, he was on the right. He
This
plays
Gakpo
games in
thing
centre
starting
mid.
to worry
He
me, I
plays.
can't lie to you.
I'm not going to get worried until I see him have a run on the left.
Because he even went like on the wing. He went on the wing, I swear, for like a little bit.
The right is. I'm not judging him on the right wing. It's a fucking shit position for him to be in. Everyone looks crap on the right because they're not Mo Salah.
But Tom, like, he's not able to shoot. He's not passing. He's not dribbling properly. He's not
He's
driving
just-
with the ball.
He is out of form. That is what happens when you don't
He
play
played
much.
better when he was in midfield.
No, we didn't.
Yes, he did. I think he played better in midfield than across the front line.
Massively disagree. I think his best performance this year came on the left against Burnley.
You keep bringing up the Burnley game. You could have played on the left, Tom. Jadon Dance would have scored twice against Burnley. Bro, they play open, expansive football with shit footballers. Come on, let's not do this now. Stop being disingenuous. You're so onto this whole Gakpo left wing thing. You
Yes,
know
because
he's
I think-
not a Liverpool winger. You know it. Give up.
No, he is a Liverpool winger. I'm more than fine with him being a Liverpool winger. He's a left winger. Let him play a run of games on the fucking left.
He's
And
not
then-
a left winger. I don't get based on what do you say this dumb shit?
Based on the fact that his entire career has been as a left winger. Based on the fact that we bought
the
him as a
Dutch
left
league?
winger. Why else? Mate, I actually don't get your point. I don't get your point. Yes, we bought him from the Dutch league. We did.
Every time I frustrate you, I know I've won. Like,
If he was up front in the Dutch league, would you say he's not up forward then because it was the Dutch league? He's a left winger. He said it himself. His best games are on the left.
he does not
is a
have
left
enough
winger.
explosiveness to play on left wing.
Oh, fucking explosiveness bollocks.
He doesn't. He doesn't. He takes 5 hours to get to his top speed.
Are you telling me that if Gakpo were on the left wing, he'd be crap out there? Because no,
Yes.
he wouldn't be.
Yes.
Disagree
100%.
massively.
And this
Disagree.
as well, big up to Hassouni for pointing this out. This is why I'm not buying this whole Tom excuse of like, oh, I'm sympathizing with him because of the system. Bro, like, it's just like everything
my
he's doing is just in slow motion. It's like watching Sloth from Ice Age.
Right. So, I'm going to say something that you won't like. The man is low on confidence right now. When you're low on confidence, you start to make mistakes like this. Where in the past, you don't worry. You just get in the position, you take the shot. When you're low on confidence, you start overthinking stuff, you start panicking. If, and I will say it again, if Cody Gakpo gets a run of games on the left and the same issues are there and he doesn't look very good, then I will concede.
You know
But
he's never
until
going to get a
then-
run of games on the left anyway. So that's just
Why
such
not?
a shit
Why
point.
not? Why not?
You know he's not going to get games on the left. He's never
Why
going to
not?
get games on the left.
Why
Because Diaz is better than him on the left and Nunez is better than him on the left.
So let's say Diaz goes down injured for a couple of weeks.
God
Hopefully he
forbid.
doesn't but let's say he does. Your front three would be Nunez down the middle. Sorry, Nunez on the left, Salah on the right, Gakpo in the middle. That would be your front three.
I don't know who's worse, Diaz or Gakpo, to be honest with you.
Gakpo hasn't had the chance to show his worst.
I really
that's
just
my whole
don't
point.
think Gakpo is a winger. I just don't think he's a winger. I mean, not in the
I
Premier
disagree.
League. I think he'd actually be a good winger. You know where? La Liga, Tom.
Oh, fuck off with this not in the Premier League stuff.
He isn't. He's
So-
not an athlete.
And you think every winger in the Premier League is an athlete?
The good ones are.
So is Bernardo Silva not a good winger?
There you are. There you are.
Phil
He names a
Foden not a good
midfielder
winger?
playing on the wing. He names a midfielder
Phil-
playing on the wing.
Is Phil Foden not a good midfielder?
Phil Foden is an athlete. But he is an athlete, 100%.
So you're telling me Gakpo is less of an athlete than Foden?
Then Phil Foden, yeah, 100%. Phil Foden is quicker, way quicker. If Phil Foden had a race with Gakpo, by the time Phil Foden is on the other goal, Gakpo's still at halfway line. 100%.
Oh, this is horrendous. This is
not horrendous. Foden is so much quicker than Gakpo. How's this a bad opinion? Like,
Grealish a shit winger?
no, Grealish is not. Grealish, yes, actually, I don't rate him at all. I don't rate him at all. The good wingers in this league are all athletic.
You know what? If Gakpo's this
Keep
horrendous,
losing your
if
mind, there's
Gakpo's this
nothing to do.
horrendous, if Gakpo's this bad, and
I
we
never
should
said
get
he's
rid of
this
him.
bad. I just said he's not a winger. I think he's central.
Again, though, he can't be central because we've got players behind him to do the job that he was brought in to do. So go play him in his natural position. Go play him in the position we bought him in.
You know who I don't think would work in the Premier League as a winger as well? Kubo.
Kubo's about as quick as Foden.
Nah, I think Foden's more explosive. I think you always confuse explosiveness with quickness. I'm talking about like how quick he is.
You're on
Garnacho.
about 5 yard speed. You're on about 5 yard speed.
Yes, because that matters.
But it's not the be all end all.
I never said it's the be all and end all. I'm just saying.
Gakpo isn't slow. He's just not as quick as others.
He never actually addresses my point. That's why I love Tom. Never addresses my point. Who's talking about him being slow or fast? When did I mention this?
Sorry, he's not as explosive, but he's still got some. He can manage that in different ways.
I'm talking about like athleticism, you know? Like, you know
Yes,
how, let's say Salah, Nunez get the ball, boom, 5 seconds.
Yes, okay. But our entire front three doesn't need to be there. It would actually be stupid and counterintuitive if it was. Because you'd be the most predictable front line in the world.
No, I think Gakpo could play for us, but just down the middle.
But we've established wipe down the middle doesn't work because we've got players in the middle now who are better.
I'll tell you when down the middle works in only one scenario. Nunez left, Salah right. That works.
Husam,
you cannot say that doesn't work.
It doesn't. I'll tell you, it doesn't matter who was on the right or who was on the left. You could put prime Ronaldo and prime Messi on the right and left. It wouldn't matter because the midfield is the problem. The midfield has gotten too good for Gakpo.
Endo, Mac, and Soboslai.
He doesn't need to come back and do the creativity because the midfield can do it.
No. I'm saying Nunez and Salah would bring out the best in him because then he could do what's he's best at.
Oh my god!
Tom, you realize how you just complain like a little teenager?
You're making a point completely different to the point I'm making.
No, I'm not. I'm saying he doesn't work on the wing. He just doesn't work on the wing.
I'm saying the reason why he doesn't work in the middle is because we have the players in the midfield now to negate what he does in the middle. If you were to play him in the middle, Husam, what would you want him to do?
If I would play him in the middle, I think he creates space for Salah and Nunez.
So you want him to be a false nine?
Yes.
The false nine only works when your midfield isn't there. Hence why they drop into the midfield. But we quite clearly now, especially when Trent plays, have Trent coming into the middle, McAllister going into the middle, Endo, Soboslai. You want five separate players, 5 in the middle.
Breaking news: team has 5 midfielders. Yeah, I do. Why not? 5. Think about it like 3 players behind the front 2, which would be Nunez and Salah. Front 2, between quotation marks.
Right,
you keep leaning back like I'm saying something crazy. When I'm just saying, I'm actually making a football point, and you're out here complaining like a little girl.
No, you're
not.
Grow up, Tom. No, you're not, because you're not actually calculating the players.
No, I am calculating. I'm saying Soboslai, McAllister, with Gakpo there in between them as the 10/false nine.
My
and then you have Nunez and Salah, who are both quote unquote the strikers. That's it.
Right, Husam. Does McAllister need the ball to do his best work?
I think McAllister's complete and can do anything with or without the ball.
Does McAllister need the ball
I don't
his
know
best
that.
work?
I cannot answer that question. I think he's too good. He could play with or without the ball. That's a shit question to ask.
What's his best attribute? What's McAllister's best attribute? What do you like most about him?
You know what the real answer is? Football IQ. He's smart. He
So
reads the game.
he's very good on the ball. He's very good on the ball.
No, I think he's football IQ. Like I think he fully goes on that pitch, understands the sport, like knows where to be.
I'll rephrase it. McAllister is very good on the ball, and you quite like him on the ball because he can create, don't you?
Yes,
and off from
the
midfield.
ball.
He's got a good range of passing. Szobo,
Yes.
he's got a good range of passing. He's good on the ball. You want him to have the ball, drive forward, create with it. He's good at that. Gravenberch is someone you want on the ball because God knows you don't want him off the ball. You need Gravenberch on the ball.
Jones,
probably the player. Jones is probably the player you least want on the ball, but he's still good on the ball. He still creates on the ball.
How can you say, Curtis, you don't want Jones on the ball? Jones is very good on the ball.
No, I've just said yes. I didn't say I don't want him. I said he's the player who least relies on it. Jones is off the ball is incredible. The way he positions himself, the press and all that stuff, it's a complete package off the ball. My point is, if you have all these players who are good on the ball, I don't need to put someone else there who is good on the ball because they can do it themselves. I would rather have that player be a threat further up, be a threat in the box. It makes no sense to have. There is one football. There is one football on the pitch. I don't need 4 people who need the ball to do something.
Okay. Why aren't you recognizing that the structure of the front three affects how this midfield operates? This is the thing that I don't get.
No, but your whole point is going back to the teams that worked in the past when you have Firmino dropping in and you'd have Mane and you'd have Salah. That worked because the midfield then didn't need the ball.
No, that is true. That is true. No, hear me out. Hear me out without leaning back and without throwing in a tantrum. That midfield is way worse than this midfield. I agree with you on the ball. McAllister is obviously better on the ball than Henderson.
And it's set up differently. McAllister
is obviously better on the ball than Henderson. Szobo is obviously better on the ball than Wijnaldum. I think Fabinho is obviously better than Hendo. Prime Fabinho was unreal, but like you get to the point. Like they're obviously better on the ball. However, when I'm talking about the structure of the forward line, how it affects the midfield, I'm just talking about Nunez, quote unquote, would be the Mane of this team. So like it would be in a way in which I understand you're saying about the midfield, but we would overload the midfield. See, the problem is you don't want to listen. You just want to lean back.
I am listening.
You notice how I completely disagree with you, and I didn't go like, oh my God, let me cry. Let me light up a cigarette so I can deal with the stress that Tom's giving me.
Lad, I yawned. I'm listening.
Oh, I'm so stressed. Tom,
I'm listening.
Overload the midfield. Okay, look at it this way. On the ball, when we have the ball, when we attack, it would be like a 3-5-2. Essentially, it would be like Gakpo in the 10, quote unquote, the false 9, with Nunez and Salah being the offensive threats. Because right now with Jota's out, right? Jota, you think is the most clinical player. Without Jota, the people that I would want the chances to fall to are Salah and Nunez. These are the two in the front three right now that I want the chances to fall to. These are the people that I want the chances to fall to. So I'm saying these two would, despite they would be quote unquote on the wing, they would be like the strikers in the system. Now with Gakpo there, if Gakpo drags back himself into midfield, he would drag back people into the like with him, creating space for Nunez and Salah where they can operate in space.
But then my point would be the reason why that worked in the past is because you had an elite player in Trent Alexander-Arnold who could play the balls which bypassed that. We don't have him now because we've got Bradley. So I'm going by the case of right now. Jota's out injured, so Trent's out injured. In that case, we don't have the players to do that. So we need to give the ball to McAllister and to a Szobo to create. If I'm dragging people into the area which they operate in, they're going to be pressed harder. There's going to be less time. There's going to be less space. They aren't going to be able to play those passes. If anything, I need to keep players away from them. I need to give them as much time on the ball as possible. I need to find different ways to create. And let's say everyone is back fit. The reason why I wouldn't want to play a false 9 then is because we overload the midfield anyway by putting Trent inverted. So we form a box midfield when Trent is back. So we overload the midfield anyway. Do you agree if
everyone's fit, they're both out the team?
Who? Gakpo and Diaz?
Yeah, it's obviously Jota, Salah, Nunez, right?
I think ideally that's your best front three, but there'll be a lot of rotation. So Diaz will still find ways, Gakpo will still find ways.
No,
but
I
yes,
know they
like,
will find ways to play 100%. I'm just talking about like in an ideal world where everyone's
my,
fit.
my
they're
point
probably
now
more
is to Sam. My point now is to Sam. We've evolved as a team beyond the false nine.
No, I'm agreeing
ha-
with you. You need to understand something. I have no problem with what you're saying.
So then I don't. So
You're
then
the
if
one
we've
that's
evo-
exaggerating, like I'm saying something wild. I'm just saying
no,
my
no,
logic
but
is very simple.
you've,
Nunez and
you've just
Salah
answered.
operate
You've
really
just
well in
answered my
space.
point, though.
Give
You've
them
just
more space
answered
to
my
operate
point.
in. That's it.
You've just answered my point, though. If you think this team's evolved beyond the false nine, then we don't play Gakpo through the middle because all he does is play false nine.
Okay, but
He's not.
I listen. For
He's
me,
not a.
I
He's not a.
would
He's not a cross
actually
the
prefer
box striker.
Gakpo in midfield than wing. Genuinely.
And that's where I disagree. Because I don't think he plays midfield
Because
well.
I think he has good ball. Like he keeps the ball well. It's not like he loses the ball
but-
crazily.
But he doesn't have the midfield IQ. He doesn't scan. He's not great under pressure in the midfield. A lot of the times he gets away with it because people bounce off him
I
with his
agree with that, by the
physicality.
way.
Now put that physicality out in the wide area against fullbacks. But he's allowed to cross then. Gakpo would be absolutely brilliant with Nunez in the middle because guess what? Gakpo crosses the fucking ball. So, Nunez, who's actually very good in the air, he'd actually get opportunities to have headers because we don't cross the ball nearly enough with any good sort of gathering of it or any good sort of placement. Gakpo's a very good crosser. Gakpo on the left
I
is his
disagree with
best
that. I don't
position.
think he's a very good crosser.
I mean, factually, he is.
I think like for me, what I like about Gakpo is his technical ability. Like he's able to keep the ball well. He's able to. I think he's a good passer, underrated on the ball. I think on the ball qualities is the best ones. But anyway, the other guy, Diaz. What do you think with the Diaz situation? Like where are you with the Diaz? Because I feel like it's a conversation that separates the fan base a little bit. Are you pro? Are you anti? Are you saying like he's our outlet? Decision making. What exactly is your problem with
He's
Diaz?
been the outlet recently because we've got no one else. Obviously, when Gakpo's in the middle, he can't be an outlet. So Diaz recently has been a very important player because he has been that outlet. I thought he actually put in a real shift against Forest. He had to play at left wing back at one point. Effectively, he was every. I'm not going to fault him for that Forest game. I think that was the first game in like 4 or 5 which he didn't get a goal or assist in, which is he's adding that sort of thing. I've not got any real problems with Diaz, but I do see him as one of the ones that will probably be sold in the summer.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Diaz now is relying more on work rate than anything else.
Recently, I've been happy with him. But
just in the Luton
as
game,
we
we all
move
lost
on,
our minds. He got scored 4 goals in the game.
Yeah, but again, this is the thing. People expect things with Diaz. Like, yes, he missed the chances in the Luton game, but he was also a good creator in the Luton game. He also had a decent impact. He's never going to be this lethal finisher. He's not a Sadio Mane. He's not this player who when he runs one-on-one, I trust him to finish. He's not, and he never will be that. But he's now getting back to actually having a little bit of confidence and wanting to beat people on the wings. But yes, in the summer, based on who it looks like is going to come in, the way it looks like he plays, Diaz is probably one of the ones who does move on and bring in like a Vert or maybe a Musiala or someone.
Musiala, easy there, buddy, easy there.
Well, he's rejected the contract from Bayern.
I don't know if we get in Musiala though.
I mean, realistically speaking, if he wants to play the way Alonso wants to play, I think the club should do everything they can to break the bank for both Vert and Musiala.
Vert is so overrated, but I'm gonna let that one go. Anyway, let me go to the super chats before we go to Sparta Prague. You get me? The competition that Tom loves. Big up to my guy Husam, who says, question, why he always takes 10 seconds to shoot? He takes 10 seconds to shoot, 10 seconds to get to his top speed, 10 seconds to pass, 10 seconds to cross. Like, the only thing I think he actually does quickly is like pass the ball. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm playing him where I am. Our other step up out of position, no excuse for Gakpo. I love this from Jack because this is the thing I'm saying. If Jayden Dance and Connor Bradley and youngsters and kids like Bobby Clark can step up and play out of position, Tom Little has told us himself. McConnell played 10 in the academy. He's playing 6 for us. Bobby Clark is not playing quote unquote his natural position. Jayden Dance came on, had put in a
Bobby
small
Clark.
shift on the wing yesterday. If you come on as a youngster and you perform, then I'm sorry, like, you know.
Right. Okay.
There's
So
no excuses. People have to step up.
first off, coming off the bench is completely different to starting a game. But
That's why
also,
I said Connor Bradley, Bobby Clark, and multiple others.
Connor Bradley's not right. Connor Bradley starts at right back. He had to move to right wing because of injuries. And to be honest, I don't think he was exceptional. I thought he struggled to get into the game as a whole because we weren't there.
No, this was his first bad game against Forest. I agree with you.
So, but Bradley wasn't on the wing against Forest.
No. I'm not saying he was on the wing against Forest, but Jack is bringing up the point that if these kids can step up, then so can Gakpo. It's okay to say a guy's playing badly right now, by the way. It's not that deep.
No, but he's saying step up out of position. No other forward has played out of position as many times as Gakpo has.
I don't think Gakpo down the middle is out of position because he plays there for the Netherlands as well.
I think it is.
He plays second striker for the Netherlands as well.
And Van Dijk plays as a central centre-back in a back three. So when we play him at left centre-back, is he out of position? I'm
not like you. I'm not Gen Z out here thinking that back three is so much different depending from back four. Van Dijk, I could play Van Dijk in any position and he'd be good.
Cody Gakpo is a winger.
Until he gets the ball in the counter attack and he takes 3 hours to get to the thing. Low on confidence, my ass, Tom. Stop looking for a way out. I used to back him, not anymore, lad.
Do you want to know why I say low on confidence? Because when he was high on confidence, he was scoring goals for us. Everyone loved him at last season. Everyone loved him at the start of this season. Everyone loved him in the cups when he's got a bit of confidence. You're not shit if you've got 11 goals and 6 assists. You're not shit.
He was scoring goals for us. He has 5 Premier League goals in 25 games.
How many of them were starts and how many of them were played in an
There
actual attacking position?
The 2 goals in the Europa and the 4 goals in the Carabao Cup. Oh my god!
Because we fucking won the Carabao Cup. So yeah, they're important goals. Why we? This is what I don't get. This is what this mentality is. What I don't get. Why are we just slagging players off like that? I don't.
We're not slagging him. We're having a constructive conversation because it's a conversation that's happening.
It's not constructive though when you're going. Oh well, I'm not counting Europa League or I'm not counting Carabao. The competitions.
I am not counting Europa League. I don't give a fuck about the goal you scored against Toulouse. Fuck that, bro. No one gives a fuck. I don't count them for Salah. I don't count them for Nunez. I don't count them for McAllister, for Szobo, for anyone. Listen. I'm talking about the thing that matters. You guys make my brain hurt when you argue 2 different points at the same time. Because when I try to make a point, all Tom does is like, oh my God, Husam is so crazy. When all I'm talking about is giving space to Nunez and Salah so they can operate at a high level.
But I explained to you why that wouldn't work.
And I agreed with your explanation. I just gave it from the side of, let us allow Nunez and Salah to cook in space. That's it. Simple as, bro. Anyway, listen, I do want to move on. Big up to you, Ed. Big up to all the super chatters. Big up Troy, Ryan, Ed, A User, Wilzafai, Toka, Shabs, Ozan, Edward, Jack, Andrew, Cooler, and Hassuniso for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Please do slap the like button. Please do subscribe. Get us to 100 likes ASAP. And the final topic of the day is kind of just looking at our next Europa League game, you know, because Tom cares about it. So, Tom, talk to me about Liverpool, Sparta Prague, you know, the next Europa League game, and how you're going to start Van Dijk away in the Czech Republic.
I am, yeah.
So that's it. Thank you for the content, Tom. I am.
No, that's it. Two right. I'm starting Van Dijk away. Two right. Same way I'm starting Nunez. You got an issue with that?
Tom, that's 3 days before our biggest game of the fucking season. I genuinely don't get you sometimes. What is your logic behind it? By the way, what's the update on the Salah injury? Because I know you're on Twitter. Did they say anything?
Not yet, no. But I've got a weird feeling he probably won't start against City.
That's the only guy I might bring on against.
I think he might struggle for City. But on the case of the players that are in line for start against,
give me your starting 11, all of it before we fight. Go on.
Kelleher, unless you've got an issue with that. Bradley, Is it Bradley? No, Gomez. I'll go Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
Quansah, Van Dijk, Tsimikas. Endo, Soboslai, Elliott. Gakpo, Diaz, Nunez.
My team against Sparta Prague will be Kelleher, Gomez, Quansah, Bradley, Tsimikas, Bobby Clark, Soboslai so he can get some fitness,
Mm-hmm.
Endo, and then sub him off
Mm-hmm.
at 45-minute mark for McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
Front three, Diaz, Gakpo, Elliott.
So you wouldn't play Nunez even though he needs some game time because he's been out injured?
Nope. I'll bring on Nunez like 20 minutes so he could start against City.
Again,
Van Dijk is the one guy that needs rest, though. That's the one guy that needs rest.
This is where me and you differ then because of our mentalities. I would rather we start the players and then take them off. Because if we're losing, Klopp's going to bring them on. But it'll be a more intense 30 minutes. I'd rather play them for a coasting 45 to 50 than an intense 25 to 30.
If we lost to Sparta Prague, honestly, without smiling right now, would you give a fuck? Be real.
I'd be very angry if we lost to Sparta Prague.
You actually would, like dead ass.
Yeah, 100%. I'm very angry when we lose most games, and this I'd feel it with disrespect.
You're taking the Sparta Prague game more seriously.
I'm taking the City game very serious. I'm taking all the games seriously. I'd be fuming if we lost the City game. If
we lost the City game, I'd congratulate Man City on winning another league title. I'd give up.
But my point is, I feel like it's disrespecting. It's a disrespect if we go there with a bunch of kids, and then the same.
I didn't say bunch of kids. Respect Tsimikas. Respect Gomez. Respect.
You're gonna start Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark. You would start Bobby Clark for a third game in a row.
Yeah, and he came off like 50th minute mark, and I said Soboslai for fitness.
I just think the players need the fitness, and going away to the Czech Republic, you want to keep your momentum going. I don't want us to lose the game before we go into City.
We have bigger fish to fry, Tom. You know this.
Fuck off with that mentality. I hate it. I think it's a I think it's the shittest mentality in the sport.
What's our next 4 games? Because I know we have the FA Cup as well.
Sparta Prague away, City at home, Sparta Prague at home, United away.
When's United? March 17th. For fuck's sake, Tom.
We've got to play, and then but the point is, then you've got an international break coming up, so they get rest then. They don't have to play then. Loving life then.
We have 13 days of international break after Man United. So we have 14.
And then you got Brighton.
2 weeks.
You got Brighton after that, and then there's probably...
Hey, thank God it's not a 12:30 kickoff, Tom, to be fair.
After the Brighton game, you've got Europa League quarters, I think. Then you've got... The Everton game's got to be chucked in at some point as well. Then you've got, I think, a Sheffield United at home or something.
This is 11 cup finals, man.
But yeah, I just don't see the point in going to Sparta Prague away, playing a shit team to start with. Klopp then brings on a lot of the senior players for an intense last 30 minutes. We lose anyway, and now we've lost all the momentum going into the City game.
I don't think we lose momentum if we lose in the Europa League.
100% you lose momentum. 100% you do. I remember when we in the quad season when we were playing Champions League, and we went through against Inter Milan, but we lost the second leg 1-0, didn't we?
That's the Champions League, though. It's different.
No. But hear me out. We lost the second leg 1-0.
You're talking about losing out on a supermodel versus losing out on just random
No, again, let me finish the point.
Go on.
We lost out to Inter. I'm just trying to find the score. It was.
I know the one that you're talking about, the Lautaro Martinez game where we lost 1-0 at Anfield.
Yes, we lost 1-0, and then The game after that was Brighton away, which we massively struggled in. And then we had Forest in the quarterfinals, which we massively struggled in. And then we bounced back against Arsenal away, and we sort of rebounded there. But we got lucky that we were playing two relatively poor sides because we didn't really turn up. My point is, if we were to lose Sparta Prague and that takes a hit of the momentum, we're not playing against the Championship Nottingham Forest. We're playing against title rivals Manchester City. I just want to keep the momentum and the positive feelings going.
Draw is fine against Europa, right? Away from home.
Just win. Just win. Just go
No, I'm
there.
saying draw is fine considering they come to Anfield like a week later. It's not that deep.
Yeah, logically a draw is fine, but a win is what I take. You go there, you win 2-0.
Where is that energy for fucking Man City at home, Tom? Where is that energy for Man City at home? You want to beat Sparta Prague away from home more than you want to beat City at Anfield.
Right, people. Once again, please find and put it in the chat or whatever, and I'll hold my hands up. Please find whenever I've said I'm happy with us not beating Man City. I can't wait for us. I want us to not beat Man City. I want us to beat Man City. That's the logic. That's the obvious thing. Anyone who doesn't want us to beat Man City is stupid. But in the case in point here, Sparta Prague is a more winnable game. I want to win.
Of course, it's a more winnable game.
That's the point. I just want to win the games.
The City game is this much compared to the Sparta Prague game. Like
the City game is more important, yeah, but the Sparta Prague game is still important. And the way I'm managing it, we don't use the players as much as we would if you were doing it. 100%. So I'm just trying to be logical about it and still be successful in all the competitions. Let's bear in mind, I think people are underestimating Sparta Prague here and thinking they're just some shit old team that are going to just, it's Liverpool. No, Sparta Prague at home after the last round where they knocked out Galatasaray 4-1. Same Galatasaray who beat United, which we have still failed to do this season. That Sparta Prague are high on confidence. They're high on confidence. They're going to want to give it to us. These are the sort of things that you look at. I've never said I want to draw City. I said I'd take a draw against City because it's not the end of the world, but we have to be perfect from then on. That's all I've said. Sparta Prague, I want us to win because you take all the momentum that you've been building up and you go for it. You go for it against City. I'm not saying play all the starters, hence why I'm not starting Canate, hence why I'm not starting Robertson, hence why I'm not starting McAllister. But the others, i.e. a Gakpo, it's a chance for him to play himself into some form. For Nunez, it's a chance to get some minutes in the legs. For Szobo, chance to get some minutes into the legs. Endo, chance to get minutes into the legs. Tsimikas, chance to get minutes into the legs. Gomez.
I really don't disagree with you when it comes to the Europa League. Yeah, 100% Gakpo needs to get some goals. You get me? Get his momentum going and shit. I agree with that. I don't think that's a bad take at all.
So then, the only difference in our lineups was I'd start Van Dijk for 45 minutes, like we've done against Luton. Or, sorry, Southampton.
Well, that one specifically, I want him like in an ice box for 48 hours before City, just to get his body like 100%, you know? Because he got Haaland to deal with.
Yeah, but if anything, the game I'd dressed Van Dijk for is the home leg. Because then you've got Anfield to be a bit more of a secure thing. We're going away to one of the most volatile away grounds left in the tournament. I need a bit of experience and a bit of leadership and coolness there. Because imagine if we went to Sparta Prague, we played, rotated side, and they get us. They catch us out, and they win 3-1. All of a sudden, we've got to go back to Anfield and play pretty much all the starters to try and get through to the next round of the Europa League. And if at that point you go, well, I don't care about the Europa League anyway, then I'd say, what's the point in the mentality? What's the point in this mentality at Liverpool Football Club? We're a club based on winning and European success, and you just write off a European trophy. It's a shit mentality in the nice possible way. And no, I am not saying I fear Sparta Prague more than City. I just cannot be bothered worrying myself about the City game. I know what to expect from City. I know what they pose. I know how good they are. I'm not going to spend a week thinking about all the possibilities which result in us losing the game. can't be
If
bothered
we
going
draw
down that
against
fucking
City, I
rabbit hole.
wouldn't lose hope. But if we lose to City, I think title over them. I'm just gonna give up.
Exactly. That's the mentality I've had. That's why I said a draw isn't the end of the world. Do I want us to win? Obviously. But a draw wouldn't be the end of the world.
Let's hope Nunez could keep up this form because we need it. Hopefully, finally, he can pay his transfer fee back. Big up to Ed who says we got 2 legs. It's okay to rest first leg and kick on the second. I agree with you. Listen, Sparta Prague come to Anfield a week later. Like, you know, Sparta Prague come to Anfield a week later. It's not that deep if we lose or draw on the first leg anyway. And to be honest with you, I'm so glad Tom is off cam for this. If we get knocked out the Europa, I honestly wouldn't rant. I wouldn't give 2 fucks because I'm just thinking about the bigger picture, more important trophy, which is the Premier League. Listen, I've got 6 supercars in my garage. I don't give a fuck about like the Hyundai that you're all trying to convince me is an important car as well. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not buying it. But anyway, on that note, I don't know where Tom is. On that note, we're going to be wrapping it up here. We're going to come back, inshallah, tonight for the Arsenal Sheffield United watch along. Someone asked earlier on, is A-listers tonight? Nope, A-listers is tomorrow, Tuesday at 11. Tonight, we're on the Back Again podcast, you know, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. But first, we have the watch along. So shout out to every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us on yet another Husam X Tom Little. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to this football if you're ready to do so. Big up to my guy Troy who says, replace Martom Odegaard with hair flicks with Papa Diaz next time he's late. The Jordanian Bruce Banner ex Papa Diaz show would cook. Arabic and Spanish chat with no translations. The chaos ball we need. You know, Troy, you know, Tom denied saying this, but like he's literally talking about the Sparta Prague game with more respect than he's doing the City game. You get me? And he has definitely had more hair flicks than Odegaard today. Shout out Lee Gunner. You know, so he's hair flicked the fuck out of his hair, and that's how I know I got him. That's how I know. Every time I know if Tom ever kept his cool on a Husam X Tom show, I know that's when like you know he's like you know he's beat me in the debate. But if I'll
literally beat you today.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. All you done was hair flicks. Literally, all you done was hair flicks. Hair flick. Martin Odegaard merchant. You get me? That's what you've done all stream long. So, yeah, let's not even go there. But I appreciate you, the top as per usual. You get me? We appreciate you joining us on yet another stream, Habibi. Thank you so much. Big up to you, my guy Troy, for the love. Big up to everyone for the super chats as well. My incredible, lovely, amazing people. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Everyone right now, please hit the like button and subscribe. I think I've just added. Yes, I have done. I have just added Tom's channel to the title. It's no longer in the description. You get me? It's in the title now. So Tom is now a big boy. You get me? So his channel is in the title. Despite he's cheating on us with other channels. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing on the way out. Big up everyone who's saying Husam beat Tom in the chat. And we are going to be back at 8 p.m. UK time.
Who said that, Husam? Hold on. Who said that, Husam? Who said that you beat me in the chat?
You interrupt me on the outro. I'm just going to play the Bradley rap. There you are.
Who said you beat me? Because I've seen
There you are.
Tucker say.
No, but they just do that because I insult anime.
You.
No, they just do that because I insult anime, because they're all anime merchants.
So you've got some bollocks excuse lined up for every single way. Just accept the fact that
I'm not
today
take people
I just know more football. I just know football better than you.
Gakpo could play on the wing. I'm probably faster than that guy. Talking about playing on the wing.
Gakpo,
yeah,
Gakpo
okay, no problem. And I could play right back for Liverpool. Let's all lie all the way through.
Gakpo is a winger.
Are you done?
Gakpo is a winger.
When is the Amarim video dropping?
Should be by the end of the week. Surprisingly, it's quite difficult.
Is it actually going to be by the end of the week, Tom, or is that more Tom like waffle?
Like I've got the script ready. I've recorded some of it. It's just trying to find background footage of Portuguese league games is quite hard to do. You know.
I think it's available for free on YouTube. No.
No, not the highlights. I need like the shots of the stadium and stuff. Stuff that is readily available for like Liverpool and stuff. Can't quite find it for SC Braga. and Farinese.
And Rio Ave, you know.
No,
Don't worry about City, guys.
really
We'll win at the
good,
Etihad, then lose 3 straight to Brighton, Wolves, and Villa. So you'll get your home back. This is 20, you know, an Arsenal fan, obviously. Hey, listen, if you beat City at the Etihad, then you automatically become favorites, in my opinion, because then your momentum would be on such a high level. 20. I'll be real with you. It would just be insane. It'll just be insane. I think if Arsenal beat City at the Etihad, I would actually say they're going to win the league at that point, because I just think the momentum shift.
They'd have done the double over City, which is incredible.
Yes, and then they would feel
more
unstoppable.
games.
Yeah, and then they would feel unstoppable, like dead ass. Who's going to stop them? Fucking Spurs and Chelsea. So, yeah. Big up to you, 20. Big up to Badr says, I'm just here to say Nunez. I don't like this from you, Badr, and everyone in the chat. Listen, Nunez FC has closed its doors. If you haven't bought stocks in Nunez early, like myself, you know, if you weren't out there in the streets,
look at the shame.
if you weren't out there in the streets defending Darwin Nunez like I did, from day one, I was defending Darwin Nunez. If you weren't out there, you get me. That stocks to Nunez FC is closed.
Called him a Ford Ranger truck.
You can no longer buy Nunez stocks.
He called him a Ford Ranger truck.
It is what it is. It is. Hey, Ford F-150 is my dream car. I want to buy it one day. So, big up. Yeah, it is. It's actually my dream car, 100%. You get me? I want to buy some Ford F-150 truck. You get me? You get you guys. Make sure, guys. I actually wasn't noble. I actually wasn't the bigger hater. There were bigger haters. Like Lauren in the chat was his biggest hater. I think Ed was one of the haters. Tom didn't hate, I'll admit that. But the rest of you guys in the chat, Badr hated, El Guapo hated. It was just Mike Das fighting by himself. You know, but you all deny it. Anyway, like the video, subscribe. I love you all. Tom, by the end of the week, yeah? Amarin video?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Guys, it's going to be uploaded by the international break. See you guys later, man. love. Subscribe, like. See you guys
It'll be uploaded before he's the manager.
Like what, 3 days before? If that's the thing, then never. Xabi Alonso. See you guys later, man.